You're watching Pyro Media Network. Hello, Pyro Media family. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience with us is fruitful. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. And we do hope you consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
What is going on, right? Hello, Bob. What is going on, kings and queens, and the entire spectrum in between? We am Mavericks. We are back with another episode of the Unusual Mavericks. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. If you're feeling so encouraged and so filled with the spirit on today, go ahead and bless us. You can go ahead and bless us on Cash App at Kwame C86 or Dominic at Dominic L Pruitt with 2 T's. That's 2. Go ahead and hit us up there. Or if you're feeling so blessed and you're liking what we're doing over here, head over to Bullet and Flight Radio, the #1 progressive Christian and inspirational radio station in the world. You can donate to them as well. Bullet and Flight Radio on Cash App or PayPal at paypal.me/Bullet and Flight Pros. And that's pros as in productions. Shout out to Bullet and Flight Radio, and shout out to the pilots over there that are supporting and continuing to listen to us. We thank you so much. Who is in the building, y'all? Oh, also, if you have not done so already, you can text Blades, BLAZE, to 833-793-2423 if you're not getting notifications on YouTube or on Twitch, or anywhere for that matter. You can get direct notifications from us. So shout out to that. And make sure you're hitting that like button on the way in or out if you're watching on the replay or if you're watching live with us right now. What is going on, Keats? Thank you so much for tuning on in. Cupcake, what is going on, Queen?
Hey, Cupcake.
She said, hey, Dominic's beard. Hey, Keats, Libra. Why do I get the cold shoulder? What is up with that, Cupcakes? What is the problem? Hey, everyone, just another day leaving work saying I quit. You can't quit, Dr. Old.
But you'll be back.
You'll be back tomorrow. Yes. Shout out. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Kwame, for all those that may or may not know. And we are joined by the handsome, the bearded one, the melanin proficient, Just Dominic. What is going on, sir? Did you just twinkle your nose?
Hey, I did. I moved the beard. The beard was saying hello.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No,
What's going on with you? How are you?
I'm doing good. Hello, everybody out there.
Yes. Hello. We have a packed show on today, y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. I forgot to do mine on this end, but yeah, make sure you hit that like button. And we have a packed show today, y'all. We have a lot to talk about. So just so you guys know, we're gonna be talking about a whole bunch. But one of the main questions, it's such a vibe, that beard. Ain't it a vibe? It's a good vibe. We like the beard. The beard is a co-host on the show.
Oh.
Shout out to Dominic's beard. All right, y'all. You can't cut it, Dominic, because Cupcake will cut you and I.
I believe you.
Yeah, we're not allowed to cut our beards. Anyway, shout out to Cupcake. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into some things here. Like I said, make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe on your way in, so that way you can let other Mavericks know what's going on. We have some guests coming in the next month or so we are looking forward to those special guests. Stay tuned and make sure you're following Pyro Media Network or Bullet and Flight Radio on all social media platforms, so that way you can go ahead and keep up to date on the Mavericks. So the Unusual Mavericks are doing the dang on thing, so make sure you got Will. She will kind of. All right, y'all. It's time for your favorite time of the day, and that is the Maverick Alert. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? It's Maverick time, y'all. Maverick Alert time. So we have a couple of things to talk about today. First and foremost, this is everything. Okay, Blerd versus the new vampire movie. So another MCU stars, stars jumps ship to Warner Brothers Discovery for the new vampire movie sets up a problem for Marvel's Blerd reboot. Bled's debut in the MCU faces challenges due to more delays and challenges in production. Marvel Studios executives are not happy with Ryan Coogler, of all people. According to ScreenRant.com, Ryan Coogler's new vampire movie could outshine, and it hasn't been named yet, so that's why we're calling it the new vampire movie, could outshine Blerd by creating a unique comparison. Coogler's film may overshadow Blerd, as the former has already started production. The Marvel Cinematic Universe still has a couple more movies to go before production starts as part of its multiverse saga, including its long-awaited Blerd reboot. But a vampire movie from Michael B. Jordan, former MCU star, is setting up a problem for Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios. The problem is Multiverse Saga has brought a wider variety of characters, but excluded Coogler's Black Panther in the soft reboot of the MCU, while also not allowing Coogler to write and produce Blerd. Blerd is among the most awaited characters joining the MCU in the upcoming Phase 6. Coogler's vampire film, though, is projected for a March 2025 release, which, along with its theme, has already raised comparisons to the MCU's upcoming Blerd, which is super interesting. Black Panther's director Ryan Coogler is working on a currently untitled vampire movie in which he's reuniting with Black Panther actor Michael B. Jordan. The project was announced in January 2024, and the next month it was revealed to be a vampire movie. Coogler's vampire film is projected for a March 2025 release, which, along with its theme, has already raised comparisons to the MCU's upcoming Blerd. What's known about Coogler's vampire movie is that it's a period piece set in the 1930s, and it could be the beginning of a franchise. As of April 2024, Warner Brothers Discovery has begun filming of top secret vampire movie. Coogler's script has generated significant interest from David Zaslav, and the film's budget is estimated to be around $90 million. That's a lot. All right. While Blerd continues to be in a weird development hell, Blerd was originally going to be directed by Bassem Tariq, but left in late 2021 due to creative differences, with Jan Demange taking over in 2022, while Michael Starbury rewriting the script. Bled's release date has also been changed a couple of times and has been rearranged within the multiverse saga. And at the time of writing, it's scheduled to begin filming in late 2024, with a projected release date between November 7th, but may be pushed back further. What does this mean for Blerd, with Mahershala Ali playing the famous character? What are your thoughts? This is crazy.
Yes, so obviously it's November of 2025, I assume. This is very interesting. They decided that they didn't want to focus on certain projects like Black Panther, and there is going to be, well, you can't expect these people and their production companies to just sit around and wait for you to throw them a bone.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you have Disney's biggest competitor, which is Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah.
So you have, again, indirectly Marvel versus DC. If you
Mhm.
fire me, where else do you think I'm going to go?
Right. And it's like, what do you
Uh,
want him to do? Just kind of stand there and just kind of think about what's going to happen? Like he needs to make money
Right.
too.
And if
So
they lock him down at Warner Brothers, he's going to be part of the DC universe. Guarantee you his pictures will be a part of the DC universe because they told him to stand by. Your little project, your little Black Panther movies are on hold, and we'll figure out when we want to introduce. As they said, what did Roger Iger say? They wanted to focus on what was important or whatever they said.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what their problem is.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. So, but what does that mean, Dominic? What does that mean? They want to focus on what's important, because a lot of what they cut was us.
And I'm paraphrasing, because there was a direct quote that we read about what he said. They wanted to go through their soft reboot and put certain projects on hold. And as we covered that particular week, it was most of the projects were minority-led projects.
Right. Exactly. Thanks, Cupcake. Can we keep order in the? Wait. Hush. Let me stop. Let's go ahead and get into the next story, y'all. We're gonna keep an eye on this because I am actually really interested. I think Ryan Coogler is a really good director and a phenomenal screenplay writer. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this vampire movie is gonna be about. So
yeah,
and Ryan Coogler is all about us. So
yeah, this may put Blade in jeopardy. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Blade
y'all
has
should
suffered
have
so many
thought about that
problems. It's
before.
just like, ugh. Right.
If you would have listened to us before, you know that Black Panther still to this day is one of your biggest generated both of the Black Panthers brought you so much money and revenue, and it brought you so much attention to your brand, and it was the only Black Panther was the only one that got an an Oscar, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Yeah.
Well, in the recent years, absolutely. So why would you not allow Coogler to just take on? You should have been smart and threw Blade at him.
Threw it like a boomerang. Anyway, let's move on. Hello. All right. Next up, we have a bittersweet Star Trek symphony. Now, I have personally been waiting until the end of it because I want to binge watch it, because I want to kind of take my time. I've been really upset that this is going to be the last season, and so Star Trek Discovery is just everything. I'm so sad about this, but Discovery's final season is bittersweet. Star Trek Symphony. In season 5, Discovery feels more Star Trek than ever. Star Trek Discovery bucks formulaic storytelling for fun and serialization. One trap that genre stories can fall into is the danger of becoming too formulaic. Is that the word? Formulaic. Roddenberry knew this when forming the series that kicked off Star Trek's second wave. Roddenberry Jr., which we're talking about Jr., not the original one, wanted it to be as different as possible from the original series. Star Trek Discovery has followed the Next Generation's example, though. This is why Discovery seems to embrace all the things that were verbatim in the second wave era. The Starfleet officers weren't all perfect heroes. The design of everything from starships to uniforms was very different. Fans of the universe that Gene Roddenberry created 60 years ago, we're talking about the original Gene Roddenberry now, can be simultaneously loyal and fickle. This is very true. Trekkies are very, very, very fickle. And they're very, very, they're very demanding. I'll say that. Every new iteration of Star Trek is met with skepticism and disdain. Discovery was often faced with the Too Woke campaign. You know where that came from. We're going to get to that in a second. The Too Woke campaign, some viewers embarrassed, some refused to give the show a chance, impacting the financial return for the studio. However, the show found its way and has slowly seen an increase in ratings. Thus, it's fitting that Discovery's final season is about exactly that. A Star Trek crew that's dismissed as unworthy, that rises to the challenge and stands shoulder to shoulder with the best that Star Trek has to offer. The storytellers make it clear that they remember where their characters have come from, the ways in which Star Trek Discovery looks back and acknowledges its origins are exactly what a show should do when it's saying goodbye. Discovery's very first season had a genius twist, which explained why this crew was so different from those that fans were used to seeing. The final season is a celebration of everything about Star Trek that its fans adore. Furthermore, it's most likely Paramount Plus's business troubles that may be to blame for Discovery's ending. Just a few months ago, they were in talks with Warner Brothers on a merger. Finishing strong like Star Trek Enterprise or Star Trek Picard is precisely what makes fans want more of these characters. Death is not the end of the characters, and cancellation is rarely the end of Star Trek shows. The season 1 pilot debuted with 7.5 million viewers, dropping to 5.8 million low, and has rebounded to an average of 6.3 million viewers per week in season 5, final season. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, on the other hand, averages 8.0 million viewers per season, season 1 and 2. What would you like to see happen in the next chapter of the crew for the USS Discovery, though? That is a good question. Dominic?
Well, we know Starfleet Academy is coming up. So I would love to see them, and even, some of the people that we see on the bridge all the time, but don't get a good story with. I would like to see them on 1 to 3 part adventures, taking some of Starfleet Academy, the students out on different adventures.
Yeah.
And things, going all crazy. And then we get a chance to see that particular crew member or bridge member shine.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, it's Tilly, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think and Tilly's a great character. I just think that we get so much. This was the first time that we saw a black female captain, and such a strong black female captain. And even in season 1 of Discovery, when she wasn't even a captain and she was starting out, she outsmarted the computer. She was the only person that ever outsmart a computer, or the computer.
But what about her bridge? There's that Asian guy who's on the bridge. There's that black guy that's on the bridge.
Yeah, it's the most diverse
the other black
cast.
girl with dreads. Yeah, but we don't get a lot of insight into who they are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
I hope that they appear there, and we can get. Well, hopefully we can get some insight on Starfleet Academy. Hopefully they appear there. That's my hope.
I just want to see more of Cindy Martin Green. She's my favorite. She's been my favorite since The Walking Dead. I enjoyed her in The Walking Dead. She is one of my favorite actresses ever. And so she is just has a special place in my heart. And the fact that she went to go do Star Trek Discovery and reboot what is Star Trek now, because I thought that Star Trek was never gonna see anything past Star Trek Voyager, and all of the other crap, the movies that came out there, the Kelvin timeline and all the other crap or whatever, and that garbage, what was that, Enterprise, I think they called it, with Captain Archer.
Your favorite? Yes.
That was not my favorite. Don't you tell no lies. It was the worst ever. It should never have been created. It was disgusting. It was just it was horrible. But all of that crap, I just never thought that we were going to see something like Star Trek Voyager again. And then to be able to see this kick off with the lead being a black female was just everything to me. So I'm proud of her. I'm proud of the entire cast. I'm proud of the show. And no matter what anybody says, you guys relaunched Star Trek, and I hope you guys continue to go up.
What do you think of the numbers?
I'm not surprised. Because Strange New Worlds. I wasn't surprised because they're trying to push Strange New Worlds. What people don't really understand.
They are now the flagship show. Yeah,
they are and you could see it too. Like after Picard, Picard was like this kind of anomaly because we were trying to get all of the, or not we, but they were trying to get all of the next gen fans back into or to Paramount Plus. Then when they saw that and it was like, okay, cool, people were starting to feel weird about Discovery and it was being too woke and there was too much blackness on there. It was too much, we had what's her name that ended up being the president of Earth. What was her name?
Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams was on there, so it was just getting too woke for them. And then when they launched Strange New Worlds, it was supposed to.
And then
be...
there was a gay couple. Don't forget.
Not a gay couple. There's gay people
on Discovery. Yeah.
Oh my God, there's gay people
and a non-binary. Non-binary.
They exist. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Well, they had to get the straight white Caucasian hero, which as the captain, which not and don't get me wrong, I like Strange New Worlds. I just didn't think it was that deep. It's bringing us back, and what I loved about Star Trek Discovery was that it expanded the universe, and we went into a different realm. We were able to do right. Don't tell nobody, Cupcake. We can't tell nobody that there's gay people around. But what I thought we were going to go into another realm with Star Trek, and I thought this Star Trek Discovery was the opportunity for us to go into the future of the future, and really move past, see new technology, see new things, and it would have expanded beyond what we knew as Star Trek and the realm of Star Trek. But it is what it is. I don't think that this is the end of it. We have they were able to do, the Academy, and we'll see what else they do. It is what it is. But it's just sad to see it go. But that's all we got for Blerd. Sorry, not Blerd news. For Maverick Alert. We're going into the Blerd news right now. Let's go ahead and get into
your favorite section. I wonder why. We'll see. We'll see. Mm-hmm.
Not too
okay,
much.
Get the mops on standby. Mops, plural. Okay.
Not too much. First and foremost, Blerds Unite. Shout out to all the Blerds out there. And if you are a Blerd or a Maverick or a potential Maverick, let them know about this show. Go ahead and share it to them and let them know. All right, y'all. Let's head over to Marvel Studios real quick. So Giancarlo Esposito, I don't know if you guys remember him, but he was on like Breaking Bad. You may have seen his face around. He's a phenomenal actor. I really, really enjoy him. Must be Jason Momoa. Yeah. No, it's not Jason. Don't worry.
We'll see. We'll see, Cupcake.
But during a panel at this past weekend's CCXP in Brazil, Esposito revealed he'll be popping up in a future MCU project. He was naturally quiet on which one, but he did describe the role as, quote, better than you can imagine, end quote, and one that's likely to be revealed fairly soon. He also revealed the character he's playing isn't one that folks tend to fan cast him as, which feels like another way of saying that no, it won't be Professor X in the X-Men movies to come, which that would have been dope. I'm sorry. That would have been dope to see him as Professor X, but that's here and there. The only real choices we've got are Fantastic Four, Deadpool and Wolverine, Thor 5, and Blade. He then played coy and wouldn't answer any other questions. Which film project would you like to see him in? He played Jack-legged preacher on Godfather of Harlem. Yes! Okay. And played Stan Iger on The Boys. Yes, he did!
Yeah. He's good. He's been in so many things. Okay, let me tell you, I've been watching different people think what's going on. So you can't look at the streets, you got to look at Marvel Studios. So allegedly, they're about to begin filming on Avengers 5 or whatever it is. Allegedly, they have not changed scripts from Kang the Conqueror being the mainstream villain. Word on the street is he has replaced Jonathan Majors.
Is this a rumor?
I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor.
Ooh!
Marvel won't confirm that. They've been approached, and they will not confirm, which has people incredibly suspicious because they have to handle this very lightly. People have wanted Jonathan Majors to be reinstated, and when he said he was put into a role that fans did not throw him in. Remember, we were all rooting for that guy who was on the show with Zendaya, right?
Yes.
We were talking about that. He was the fan favorite.
Yeah.
So Esposito in this role, I have no issue with. None.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry, Jonathan Majors,
I
love
want
you.
him back. I want Jonathan Majors back. I'm
But
sorry. But didn't
if
Kang die
he's
in the latest Ant-Man? He didn't. But they could always bring him back. You
no.
know how they bring back everybody.
Well, he
But
has a
according,
lot of variants. Remember, he has
correct,
tons of variants.
correct. Yeah. A cupcake says, "You for real, Dominic? Child, I don't think we like this. I don't think we like this, Dominic. I
I
don't
don't know,
know.
but he could. And if he, I don't know. He's such a good actor. Him
Mhm.
replacing Jonathan Majors, I'm sorry. I'm not mad at.
I don't hate it.
I mean, it don't mean
I
that
just,
I don't love Jonathan Majors. You know I do, but
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this, Dominic. I don't know. I don't know how I feel
because
about that.
he's fantastic in The Mandalorian. He plays the big
Oh,
bad in The Mandalorian. He is deliciously evil.
he is a brilliant actor. He's a
He
brilliant
really
actor.
is.
I have no problem with him being in the MCU. I thought it was a variant, Keith. Yeah, I thought it was a variant too. Or one of the variants, one of the main variants.
Right.
Kang was.
Right, there you
But
go. Him and The Mandalorian right there in that picture.
mhm. Yeah, yep.
If you haven't watched him in The Mandalorian, you have missed a special treat. He does evil in this in such a wonderful way. He could easily take on the role of Kang.
You know what,
Easily.
Keith? I can't Keith. I'm not even gonna say that this is going on Balloon Flight Radio, but yeah, a
Oh.
mess. Keith, somebody get a bucket on aisle 4. Thank you so much.
Nothing.
Yes, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is tough because I really like Esposito, but I need Majors
That's my
back.
point. Listen,
You know what?
Disney will play us against one of our other favorites, and that's what they're doing.
That's what they do. That's what they do. They put us against each other. But that's here nor there. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on this or whatever. Now it's time for justice for Bo. Justice for Bo DeMaio. Okay. So the animated series X-Men 97, which we're going to talk about, okay? Because I just saw the latest episode today. The animated series X-Men 97 has become a juggernaut-sized hit for Disney+. Deadline is reporting that the series, which continues the adventures of the beloved 1990s X-Men, the animated series, attracted some 4 million views on the streaming service in the first 5 days since its release on March 20th. According to the trade, that makes it the most watched first season premiere for an animated series since the premiere of Marvel Studios' What If in 2021. Also, the trade reports that the new series spurred interest in the original one, which is also available on Disney+. Deadline says views for the 5 seasons of X-Men, the DeMaio effect, caused the ratings for the original animated series to jump by 522%. My God, on today.
Wow.
Since the trailer for the follow-up. Y'all don't even understand what that means. Like, that's a really big deal for a show that's been out, like, that's not in current syndication. Like, that's a huge deal. 522% for an old show? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see, debuted on February 15th and wrapped Wednesday, May 15th, 2024, next week. My God. Now, 27 years after the animated series ended, X-Men 97 takes the original further, adding freshness without betraying anything that made us love it. The DeMaio effect has now become Marvel's only profitable project since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Wow.
In addition, making it the biggest Marvel animated hit in the past year after Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Bring back Bo DeMaio. Now, I just want to say this. They said, does Kwame need a mop? Not telling. No. I'm fine with
Next
Bo DeMaio.
story.
Not too much, Dominic. Okay, text me when y'all done talking about the episode. Oh no, we're not gonna talk about it yet. Wait, let me leave. I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna talk about it yet. I'll let you know. My God, today wasn't it crazy? We're flooding in here. Get the y'all. But I just want to point out here that Spider-Man Across the Universe is a black lead. X-Men 97, Storm is a black lead. Written by a black screenplay writer. Just wanted to throw that out there. Black Panther, one of your other movies that led the way and got you guys an Oscar. Black cast, black leads, black writer, black director. Just want to throw it out there. There seems to be a trend.
That's right,
trend, guys. Anyway, in a related story, Marvel and DC stand miles apart despite both sharing several similarities. Yet, fans of the two are often embroiled in clashes and rivalries, arguing over a plethora of things and blasting each other off. However, Zack Snyder and Bo DeMaio are shaking up their fan base by publicly expressing support for one another's DC's Man of Steel movie and Marvel's X-Men 97 series. Snyder is a DeMaio fan, praising his work and vision for his work on the X-Men 97. This is very interesting, actually. DeMaio has also expressed his support and love for Zack's work. DeMaio took to X, formerly known as Twitter, stating, quote, "Full disclaimer, I'm a Snyder fan, especially Man of Steel," end quote. Many DC fans are wondering if Bo has been approached by James Gunn and DC Studios.
Girl!
Girl!
I would love that. Go ahead.
Wow. Would the DeMaio effect be an asset for Peter and James there? Or would DeMaio and Snyder become a dream team for Netflix Studios? Many Marvel fans are not happy about the shady firing of DeMaio from Marvel, blaming Kevin Feige for this major setback. Will Disney Plus face backlash? Since DeMaio is no longer with Marvel Studios, which studio would you like to see hire him? Let me tell you something. If Snyder and DeMaio get together, not like, like that, but like,
I'm done.
Like
Creatively.
It would be over. It would be over.
It would be. It really would be. DeMaio has had an effect. His show is the only profitable show on Disney Plus right now.
The
out of
only
all
one.
the franchises. That's crazy. He's keeping the lights on and you fired him. Wow.
Whew.
If I were James Gunn, there's no way I would not take a meeting with him immediately and lock him into a contract.
You know what? We're not even going to talk about X-Men 97. We're going to save it for the podcast because it's launching this Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. So check out the Unusual Mavericks podcast.
This is enough, right? This story count is enough, right?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about because I have a lot of feelings about last night's episode or yesterday's episode, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot.
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times now. That's how much I enjoyed it.
Bravo, Bo DeMaio. Bravo. Okay? Bravo. My God. Anyway, it's insane.
What studio would you like to see him at?
I would like to see him in Netflix.
Oh, with Snyder?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I feel like because I feel like if he goes over to DC, it would just be like
to know. Well, I mean, there's so many people jumping over there anyway from Marvel, so it makes a lot of sense. Not just in front of the camera, but behind the scenes as well.
I mean,
they laid off a lot of their force. They laid off a lot of their workforce. So where else are you going to go?
Well, I mean, especially if you're in the field. So
yeah, and that has DC has a longer legacy than Marvel, meaning that company started before Marvel. So there are people who really love a lot of the characters over there.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know what DeMaio, if he was presented with a contract to say, hey, you can work on anything you want in the DC catalog, what would it be? That is what I would be curious to know.
That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. But I know
people forgot he wrote Moon Knight too, so he has experience with live action as well.
Yeah, he needs to they need to, and the story from Moon Knight was great. It was such a random superhero. You know what I mean? Like I didn't see like I think if Marvel wasn't doing so bad with their movies, I think that Moon Knight would have did better. You know, if Moon Knight was in
and
phase
if they would have had a villain, or him working along with an Avenger, like if he was working with Black Widow or if he was working with Captain America or
Yeah.
Iron Man, whatever, Spider-Man even,
Connect them.
it would have really been a super hit, right?
Yeah, it would have been because
And that's what they didn't do.
That's what they did in phase 1 and 2, where they connected like Shield and all of these other sideshows. Like when a movie came out, then you watch Shield, you saw like, oh yeah, this happened in New York, or this happened, whatever, this event, and they were talking about or referring to a movie. So I don't know, like I just feel like it was a missed opportunity, but it is what it is. All right, y'all. So we're not going to leave Marvel, but we're going to kind of be over on DC real quick. And this is what...
Mop on aisle, Kwamisha.
Anywho. So the actor from Black Panther wishes to join DC Studios in a role of Batman for live action movie. My husband, hey boo, Winston Duke, known for his role in Black Panther, has expressed his ambition to step into the role of the DC Universe's Batman, Bruce Wayne. In a conversation with slashfilm.com, Duke conveyed his aspiration to take on the mantle of the legendary DC character. He quipped, quote, "Can you start that campaign? Laughs, I task you to mobilize your socials and and make a case for me, engage your network," end quote. He added, "It would be a thrill to embody Batman. I'm eager to be for the chance to redefine perceptions of familiar characters, to dismantle long-standing conventions about their appearances, voices, and behaviors. I'm all in." Many fans are asking, has Winston Duke portrayed Batman before? Yes, Winston Duke has previously voiced the character of Batman in the scripted podcast Batman Unburied by Spotify. Will Winston Duke voice Batman in the upcoming season of Batman Unburied? It is currently not confirmed whether Duke will reprise his role as Batman's voice in the forthcoming season of the podcast, but has Winston Duke been cast in The Brave and the Bold? As of now, no official word has been provided for The Brave and the Bold as of yet. Would and could Winston bring much needed spotlight to Batwing instead of Batman? Which is a very interesting question. Many fans prefer Duke bring the son of Lucius Fox, CEO and president of Wayne Enterprises, Luke Fox, also known as Batwing, to life on the screen. Winston Duke's aspiration to don the cape and cowl as the DC Universe's Batman reflects a growing trend of Black actors showing interest in versatile and dynamic superhero roles. His previous experience voicing Batman sets a foundation for what could be an intriguing portrayal of the Dark Knight on screen. Although his casting is far from confirmed, Duke's enthusiasm is a testament to the enduring legacy of Batman as an iconic character whose iteration can spark excitement and discussion among fans and industry insiders alike. What are your thoughts?
I hear him. I would love to see him again, a part of the Bat family. I agree with him. I wish there was some fan art of him being Batwing.
Mhm.
That is a very wonderful role that he could step in.
Yeah,
I mean, he's like the perfect age right now. His father would be a much older. Like in The Brave and the Bold, if Batman is old enough to have Damian and had all the other iterations of Robin,
yeah,
then Lucius Fox would kind of be in his senior years. So
absolutely.
him as Luke Fox would be perfect. He
Yeah.
would become DC's Iron Man.
Yes.
Batwing is DC's Iron Man. He's a
Yeah.
tech genius. He's a billionaire. I mean, he's a millionaire. I think he's a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Very rich, always been rich all his life. That's what I kind of would prefer to see him at. Other than, I don't want to see him as Batman. I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
I want to see him as Batwing. Yeah.
I feel like Batman is just kind of overdone at the moment. I would like to see more of the Bat family. So it's not that I don't think that he can't do it. It's just that I just want to see more explored. As far as the Bat family, we don't get a Batgirl. We almost had a Batgirl, and we didn't get that. I would like to see more Robin. I would like to see more Nightwing. The different iterations of Robin. So I would like to see more of the Bat family. Batwoman, that would be dope. To see that.
Yes.
So I would like to see different iterations of of the Bat family, and even the newer generation of the Bat family. There's more that has expanded into the Bat family. So I don't know. I don't think that he would be gotta get my toy. No problem, Keith. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Finish up on the replay.
Right.
We're almost done. All right. So I would have liked to see him do that. So that's interesting. But yeah. Okay. Anyway, so
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. So, all right, we're gonna leave.
Run out of mops.
Yeah, we're gonna leave Marvel Studios and head over to Disney Plus. Real quick, Disney Plus. The Dark Side thrives in the Acolytes May the 4th trailer. The AV Club reports the Acolyte, a Star Wars feels like another cop show. That's the impression we can't help but get from the new trailer, the upcoming Disney series, which stars Squid Game's Lee Jong-jae. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing his name. As a Jedi Master investigating a series of killings, unaliving, of his fellow robe folk. Apparently perpetrated by former student Amandla Steinberg. Yes, come on, Amandla! Come through. Admittedly, the new trailer released in honor of May 4th, which, as we all know, is phonetically similar to The Thing, doesn't have a ton of cop show tropes, but there's a vibe of seeing all these brown-robed Jedi hanging out together, talking about investigations and bringing people in. That makes us suspect this could be the equivalent of the way the Mandalorian treats Westerns. Or maybe we're just grasping at straws, because despite running for almost 2 minutes, it doesn't feel like there's a lot to this latest full look at the Acolyte. Sure, the dark side is clearly rising, but the dark side is always rising in these damn things. It'd be a pretty boring TV show if it took place during a dark side recession. The big final reveal of a helmeted baddie with a red lightsaber feels close to self-parody, and the show's biggest conceptual shift, that it's the first live-action series to take place in the relatively new High Republic era when Jedi were abundant, feels sorely underused. With Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Part 2 underperforming on Netflix, the next chapter in the Star Wars franchise, the Acolyte could become a sleeper hit. I didn't know that the Rebel Moon Part 2 underperformed. That's interesting.
Part 1 did very well. My Ray was in there and it performed very well. But this one, he wasn't really in it. Kind of underperformed from what they said. So hopefully Part 3 will be much better.
Okay. Anyway, it was it looks neat enough though, with Jodie Turner Smith looking extremely weird as a Force witch. And Manny Jacinto, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it, getting to do his version of Star Wars scoundrel archetype, rolling his eyes at the idea that the Jedi actually provide the galaxy with peace. We'll know more, of course, when the Acolyte releases on Disney Plus next month, June 4th. Is there something you are looking forward to watching, Dominic? That's a good question for you.
I've been more into Star Trek these days than Star Wars. They really left it alone because it's been so much. I enjoyed The Mandalorian a lot. Mm-hmm. The Book of Boba Fett was very enjoyable. But now it seems like there's a new show every other week, and it's a lot.
It's overwhelming.
There's a cartoon too. Yeah, it's too much. So I can't catch up. They have one in production now called The Bad Batch.
Yeah.
It's
a lot.
Everything's like a cop show. It's like they said, this is just it's the same formula in every single show, and it gets boring. So
yeah. Well, figure it out, y'all. Because right now X-Men 97 is slamming everything. So this is an opportunity for you guys.
Star Trek is killing you.
And Star Trek is killing y'all. So this is an opportunity for you guys to get more people back to your platform, because people left. People are coming back to the platform for X-Men 97. So this is a great time for you guys to kind of actually do something that would wow the audiences while X-Men 97 season 2 is coming out, so or getting ready. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and get into and ask the question of who is Jericho Drumm? I'm looking forward to hearing about him. This is going to be a very interesting one. So let's check it out. We'll see you on the other side.
Elevate your entertainment with Watch Vim. Discover the ultimate online streaming destination. Get an auto-renewing monthly subscription for unlimited content on all devices. Join us in supporting a Black-owned streaming platform that brings top-tier entertainment. Let the streaming excitement begin at Watch Vim, your seamless experience for endless entertainment. Stream online or download the Watch Vim app now.
Are you ready for enlightening conversations that transcend boundaries? Get ready for Conversations with Clergy, brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. In partnership with the world's largest publicly funded international collaboration, the HVTN is dedicated to evaluating vaccines to prevent HIV and COVID-19. But their impact doesn't stop there. The HVTN is at the forefront of advancing vaccinology, social and behavioral sciences, statistics, immunology, and even contributing to the research on tuberculosis and COVID-19 vaccines. By supporting Conversations with Clergy, the HVTN not only brings you thought-provoking discussions, but also contributes to the global effort to combat infectious diseases. Tune in, stay informed, and be a part of the change. Conversations with Clergy, supported by the HVTN, empowering conversations, empowering lives. Join us in this journey of knowledge, understanding, and progress. Conversations with Clergy, proudly brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network, because together we can make a difference.
Know that you can now catch the electrifying sounds of Bulletin Flight Radio anywhere you go? Yes, you heard it right. Tune in to the high-flying beats and soaring melodies by downloading the TuneIn app on your mobile device. Just search for Bulletin Flight Radio and hit play. It's that easy. And if you have a smart device like Alexa or Google, just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn." Experience the rush of adrenaline wherever you are. Listen to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn using your Alexa or Google devices. Soaring through the skies has never sounded this good. Don't miss out on the ultimate musical journey. Tune in now to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn and let the music take you on an unforgettable ride. Get ready to elevate your listening experience. Brought to you by Bulletin Flight Radio.
And we're back, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, do us a quick favor and hit that like button, share, and subscribe. It does help the algorithm. Thank you guys so much. And shout out to all of our sponsors here. Bulletin Flight Radio, Conversations with Clergy, which is going to be playing right after this. Definitely check it out. And watch Vim. Check out Vim Media, our sister network over there. Shout out to them. We are networking out there, y'all. So let's get on into it. All right, y'all. It's time for that time. That's right. It's time for our Maverick Talk. We're going to go ahead and get into this conversation. As you guys know, we have been following, not following. We started doing a lot of we had a Black influencer series where we talk about different people. Now we have a Black superhero series, which we talked about a lot. We talked about Calvin Ellis, who was Superman, a Black Superman. We talked about one of our favorites, Aurora Monroe, who is Storm, the baddest girl in the game, okay, the goddess herself, Green Lantern John Stewart, my favorite Green Lantern, Static Shock Virgil Hawkins, one of our favorite iterations of superheroes that was created by the one and only Dwayne McDuffie himself. Then we talk about Karen Beecher, Karen Beecher Duncan, who played Bumblebee, and last week, not last week, excuse me, we also talked about Misty Knight, who was just a badass in and of itself. Okay, and then we also talked about Rocket. Shout out to Rocket. That was an amazing conversation. I learned a lot about her. But this week, we're going to be talking about somebody else. This was a very interesting situation. I came here, I started reading up on him. I did not know who he was. But who is Jericho Drumm? And so Dominic is going to let us know who this gentleman is. Dominic, go ahead.
That is right. All right. Well, Jericho Drumm is a champion of the supernatural, who communes with the dead as Brother Voodoo, having his late twin brother spirit joined to his own. He and his brother were born and raised in a Haitian low-income village. The twins, Jericho and Daniel Drumm, were separated at a young age before reaching adulthood. Jericho was sent to America and Daniel stayed there in Haiti. Years later, Jericho returned upon learning that his ill-fated brother was dying. And his aunt, Matilda, was nursing him, trying to keep him alive and nursing him back to life. Daniel claimed that he had been cursed by an enemy, a dark priest, who claimed to be a living Iowa, the living serpent god, Dabola. So Jericho Drumm started his quest to avenge his brother's death. So a few highlights about Jericho. Jericho first appeared in the issue Strange Tales, issue number 169 in June 1973. When Dr. Fate lost his position as the High Sorcerer Supreme for having employed dark magic, Brother Voodoo was chosen as the new master of mystic arts. This prompted him to join the Avengers and battle against the demonic lord Dormammu, who wished to determine the fate of the new Sorcerer Supreme. His powers and abilities are soul manipulation, smoke manipulation, fire manipulation, fire immunity, biological manipulation, astral projection, possession, telekinesis, and many, many more. Jericho can manipulate all kinds of magical entities as well. Drumm's magic is capable to create and form barriers and shields to protect him and prevent any of his allies from getting too close to harm him. He has magical abilities that are really based in fire as well. He can control fire blast. He can project fire blast. He can do all kinds of things. He can even control the Ghost Rider as well, which is really interesting.
Huh.
Jericho is trained in physical and hand-to-hand combat. So even if he lost his magic, he can put you down. Jericho also earned a degree in psychology while he was living in the United States of America. Drumm has appeared, get this, in 263 different issues. He has appeared 263 times throughout his origin. And again, he was first created or written about in 1973. So the last fact, which I found most interesting, is that Dr. Voodoo, or Jericho Drumm, has had a long-standing romantic relationship with Monica Rambeau. That's all I have for you. Yes. So that wraps up my information about this one. I know this was an odd one to throw in, but when I started to read about him, and he's been in new series right now, all of Marvel's relaunches of their comic books, he's playing a big part in this. He's a part of the Midnight Suns. And so Marvel's talking about doing a live action movie. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw him in live action very soon. And if he crossed over with the Avengers, I would not be surprised.
Wow.
So yes,
Well,
so I'm sure you putting links into the comment
I did.
sections.
I put a link to
figures and comic books.
Correct. I did. I put a link to his Funko Pop that's in there, and I also put a link to so you guys can find out a little bit about his origin and backstory, so we can go into a deeper dive in there. But this is a really interesting one. I was a little shocked by it because it's Dr. Voodoo, and I didn't really know about him.
Yeah.
But what really shocked me was the fact that he was able to kind of stagger Ghost Rider's powers, which is really, really interesting because Ghost Rider's a very prominent figure within Marvel, and he's very powerful. So that was really interesting that he was able to kind of rival Ghost Rider. But yeah, this is interesting. I liked it. This is cool. Good pick, Dominic. I like this one.
If you look at his costume, doesn't it remind you a little bit of Spawn?
Yes, actually, I was gonna.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, because Spawn is one of my favorite characters. I know it's a little darker, but Spawn is one of my favorite characters or cartoon characters, period. But
Jericho Drumm is just as strong as Doctor Strange. Just as they're evenly matched. Yeah. So.
Wow. Well, that's all we got today, y'all. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You can follow me on all social media all social media platforms at Kwame Speaks Official, and you can follow Dominic at just Dominic, or is it just Dash Dominic? I think it's just Dash Dominic on all social media platforms. Right? Am I incorrect on that, Dominic?
It's just Dominic Music.
Just Dominic Music.
You're right. Yeah, on Instagram, but yeah,
okay,
you're right.
But if you just type in just Dominic, you'll find him everywhere. So definitely check us out. Holla at us. Google me, girl. Let us know. Make sure you guys are following Pyro Media Network on all social media platforms, as well as Bullet and Flight Radio, as well as Bullet and Flight Productions. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay blessed, stay stress-free, and stay unusual. Peace, y'all.
Unusual.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.